Look, I'm gonna just keep it completely real for a second, and bro, we need to just stop walking on eggshells. I need to talk about something that makes absolutely zero goddamn sense, and I'm tired of everybody pretending they don't see it. So look, no disrespect to Jewish people at all, but I genuinely don't understand how you could have the privilege and opportunity of a white person, but act as or more oppressed than a black person. And I'm not saying this to minimize the Holocaust or say that the Holocaust was good, because genocide is bad no matter what. But the difference is, you guys got endless amounts of opportunity, reparations, wealth, and success before, during, and after that shit, okay? Other people such as indigenous and black people didn't get shit after their genocides, massacres, slavery, etc. So don't do that shit, okay? Because it's not the same. And I'm not trying to compare or minimize pain, but Middle Easterns go through way more shit than you guys do, especially since the Israeli government is and has been causing 98% of the problems in the Middle East and around the world for generations, for decades, for centuries. And I'm not making this video to be anti-Semitic or call out or cause hate speech against Jewish people. That's another thing. Every time you guys get called out for bullshit, you immediately deflect and try to use that anti-Semitic card to protect yourselves and avoid accountability. And it's crazy because Zionists in America and Israel get the benefits of white privileged people, but talk like they're black people during slavery. Who the fuck is oppressing them now? Because it's not the 1930s or 1940s anymore. Who the fuck is oppressing them? And look, I'm not calling out all Jewish people, saying all Jewish people are bad, because that's not fair and that doesn't help any of us move forward. But there is a real consistent generational and cultural issue going on here that needs to be addressed. Think about how messed up this is. We're told to look at history a certain way, but when you look at the actual facts, the math doesn't add up. Black people were kidnapped, enslaved, and had their entire identities ripped away for 400 years, and when it ended, they got told to just get over it. No checks, no land, no help. Indigenous people had their entire continent stolen and got pushed onto reservations, and the government gave them absolutely nothing. There were so many other genocides and systemic failures like Haiti, Pol Pot, but when the Holocaust happened, the whole Western world stepped in. Billions of dollars in reparations, massive global support, and the power to build serious wealth and influence. You cannot sit there with all that modern power, living with total white privilege in America, and act like you're still the underdog. It's a slap in the face to people who are actually catching hell in the streets right now. And the wildest part is the total lack of accountability. The Israeli government is literally dropping bombs, stealing land, and wiping out families in the Middle East, causing massive problems across the world, even since biblical times. But the second anybody stands up and says, hey, what you're doing is completely evil, they immediately pull out the victim card. They call you anti-Semitic to shut you up so they don't have to answer for the messed up things they're doing today. You can't use what happened 80 years ago to excuse the fact that you are playing the bully right now. It's a cheap trick to avoid accountability, and people are finally waking up and calling it out. The root of the whole problem is that the people running the world have created a double standard for human pain. They decided that some trauma matters more than others because it serves their political goals. They let one group use their history as a permanent shield to do whatever the fuck they want, while black, brown, and Middle Eastern people are told to shut up and deal with the ongoing violence and poverty and systemic oppression and the amount of getting fucked over by the government that the system locks them into. The only way we fix this is by stopping the double standards completely. A body in the dirt is a body in the dirt, and a bully is a bully no matter who they are. We have to stop letting people hide behind the past to justify hurting people in the present. Everybody needs to be held to the exact same standard and get the same amount of equality and equity, and nobody gets a free pass to oppress others just because their ancestors went through a tragedy. True justice means calling out the bullshit wherever it is. Flat out, period. And let's look at how the system protects this double standard, because this is where the real game is played. I'll give y'all an example. If a black person talks about the legacy of slavery, or an indigenous person talks about their stolen land, the world tells them to stop complaining, shut the fuck up, move on, and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. It happened so long ago. But the second you point your finger at the Zionist establishment or call out the Israeli government's actions, the entire system orchestrates a hit on your life. They try to take your job, cancel your contracts, cancel you, ban your social media accounts, fuck with your bank accounts, destroy your reputation overnight, shit, and other times kill or assassinate you. Why is it that calling out one specific group can cost you your entire livelihood while the systemic oppression of everybody else is just treated like casual debate? It's because it was never just about a tragedy in the 1940s. It's about protection of power. The elite built a fortress where they get to use their historical scars as a multi-billion-dollar political corporate shield, while the rest of the world is left bleeding in real time. If you have the power to silence the world, you aren't the one being oppressed. You're the one holding the microphone. You're the one controlling the textbooks and the history books. You're the one that controls the narrative. Stop fucking playing.